Hey guys, Nexas here, back with the third video in my basic kick set. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different because we're going over two kicks in one video. But you'll see when I do them, they're actually the same kick, but just reversed of one another. It doesn't make any sense now, but it'll make sense when I do it, trust me. So, let's jump right into the inside-outside and outside-inside kicks. Great names, right? Now, I've also heard people call these crescent kicks in different styles, and I think that's a pretty good way to describe it. But instead of describing it to you, I'll just show you. Much easier that way, it's why we have video. So, inside-outside first. Now, outside-inside. Pretty much the same thing, right? One swings in and then out. The other swings out, then in. Essentially the same kick, but in reverse. Getting a bit more in detail about what your legs need to be doing during all this is that during the inside-outside, you want to cross over this way. This back foot crosses way in front of your front foot. I mean, way out there, annoyingly so. And when you swing out here, that's essentially your first move. It's all in one shot, but I kind of think of it as a 1-2 kind of kick. So this is your 1, swinging out this way, and 2 is pulling it over, which is going to be out of frame, pulling it over and bringing it back around. Yeah. So, to do this kick, all fluid one together, think about getting over this way first, and then pull it back around. Don't try to do up and over all at once. You'll get some kind of slice thing that just kind of spikes up and back. Think crossover 1, back over 2. Cross, over. Now, for the outside-inside kick, it's exactly the opposite. Your step 1 is focusing on going up and out this way, and step 2 is what brings it back around. But that annoying cross from inside-outside is still there. It just happens at the end. So when you go around, you're still crossing out in front of yourself, and kind of have to pull this weird S bend in your leg to get back around to here. So, step 1, up out. Step 2, over, and then at the very end, you pull your hips back around to get over here. You might have noticed that in those previous demonstrations, my legs were straight, or relatively straight. I think it bends a little bit on my outside-inside. Yeah, right about here, it bends when I pull back. But there's a reason for that, and that is, when we start people out on these, we usually use these as just more stretch kicks. Keep your legs straight, and it's used to improve, kick height and just general muscle flexibility. They don't really get practical until you start putting a snap into it. And what I mean by that is this: instead of going straight out and around, nothing happening here, you'd start off bent and kind of snap from point A to point B, if you will. And in the middle here is kind of like your strike range. There's something here, come to the side of it, snap, that kind of thing. And that's where you get what power these kicks might have. Me personally, I don't like them very much. They don't have a whole lot of power, they don't come out quick, that kind of thing. So I usually stick to these as stretch kicks. But if you want to go over how to do that snap, it's pretty simple. You come up chambered. Here you shoot your chamber straight out and have your hips move your kick over. So you'll be here, over. And then you re-chamber at the end, and you get a nice little snap in the middle. Same deal with the outside-inside. You're here, comes up chambered, snap from point A to point B. Have your strike zone in the middle. And you can get a little power out of it. Now, as for tips on flexibility for these kicks, you might wonder why the camera's down here. I'll show you in a second. I would recommend, if you can do them, these. I don't have a name for them, so that's why I'm referring to them as these. Basically what it is pick whichever leg you need to stretch. So I'm going to stretch out my right leg here. This one is going to step out, and then you're going to sink your hips down, bend this knee, and kind of lean that way. And that'll turn into this. You want foot up, which really doesn't feel that great on concrete, by the way. But you want foot up, and that'll stretch down through here. So if for whatever reason you're having trouble with one leg over the other, you can kind of focus on that and stretch him out, or you can switch to the other one and stretch that one out. And also a simpler stretch that would accomplish essentially the same thing would be to sit down like this, you know, foot just below the knee, reach down, touch your toes, that kind of thing. If you're really good, get your nose to your knee, and just kind of hold it that way. You can do either side, that kind of thing. You can do both, go straight out, pull your toes back, that kind of deal. Your basic middle school PE stuff. Well, I think that's about everything over the inside-outside and outside-inside kicks. If for whatever reason I didn't go into enough detail or you have questions about whatever, just ask me down in the comments. I'll either respond there or I'll make a video responding if I think it's a general enough thing and people will want to know it. I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.